So you're probably here because you need to get your heat on, and you're either in this scenario where the thermostat is blank, or you're in the middle of a remodel project and you need to get your heat turned on for various reasons. Now, whether you have a very simple Honeywell thermostat like this one, or you have a Google Nest or a Ecobee, a very high-end thermostat that has a lot of features, the reality is behind there, they're very basic. They're basically connecting one wire or two wires to get your furnace or AC running. So we're gonna pop this thermostat off right now, show you what's underneath, and we're gonna show you exactly what you need to turn on your AC or your furnace. So this is scenario one where our thermostat is totally blank. Now, to remove this from your wall, if you have a similar thermostat, typically you'll just pull the bottom and then lift up. If you have an Ecobee thermostat or a Nest, you will just pull this straight off. Now, as you can see, under your thermostat, you'll have some sort of base plate, and you'll have a terminal block here with all these different wires. Now, something to note is that these wires, if your home has been remodeled or when they originally built it, there may be paint on here, so we may need to identify these wires by scraping some of the paint off. So let's start from the left here. G is typically for your fan, and that's going to be the green wire. Y is typically for your air conditioning to turn on the condenser outside. And this is typically yellow, but as we see here, they didn't have a yellow wire, so they used brown. So just make a mental note of that, which wire goes to Y. A W is for your heat, and this is going to be a white wire most of the time. This one is not used, but C is going to be the blue wire. Typically, that's going to be your common, which is providing a common source to keep your thermostat running so you don't have to have batteries. And R is our constant 24-volt supply. So this red wire comes from the furnace, and this will power your thermostat, allowing us to connect any of these other terminals to turn on the AC or the furnace. Okay, so our furnace board is giving 24-volt supply to our red terminal here. And when we turn our thermostat on to heating mode, say we want to get our house up to 73 degrees, it's 68, all the thermostat is doing is it's going to connect the W or the white wire to the red. So essentially it's going to connect the red wire to the white, and it's going to send 24 volts back down to the furnace board, telling the furnace to turn the heater on. Now the same applies for your air conditioner. It takes this red 24-volt supply, and it just simply connects red to Y. Sends 24 volts down to the furnace board, telling your AC condenser and the fan to turn on. So now that we have this knowledge, it's really as simple as connecting the correct two wires right here at the thermostat base, telling the furnace what to turn on. Now there's a few methods of doing this. You can use a jumper clip, but what I prefer is these little guys. They're called Wago lever nuts. Right under this video, you'll see a link to the Everyday Home Repairs Amazon store where you can find different kits with these Wago lever nuts, and they are so versatile. I carry a kit with me all the time doing little projects like this with HVAC, but they can be used around your home for virtually any electrical project that you have going on. Now the first thing that we want to do is turn our power off at the furnace. This switch might be connected to the furnace, or it just will be in close proximity to the furnace. Just turn that off and make sure we're not getting any power to the thermostat. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect our R wire and our W wire. So we're just going to unthread these little terminal screws here. And next, we're simply just going to pull these two wires out and isolate them. Next, we're going to take our Wago lever nut, and we're simply going to pull these two tabs all the way up like that. Next, we're going to take our red wire, we're going to slip it in until we can see it all the way on the bottom here, and simply pop that shut. And we'll do the same for the white wire. Get it in all the way and pop that shut. Simple as that. So that's all your thermostat is doing when we have a call for heat. We're just connecting the white wire with the red wire. Now let's head over to the furnace and flip our power back on and see what happens. So we're back here at the furnace. All we're gonna do is just flip our switch back on and listen to hear if we see some relays click and our furnace turn on. So hopefully this trick got your heat back on. Basically the function of a thermostat is, all it is doing is connecting these two wires when you call for heat, and when it gets up to temperature, it disconnects these wires. So naturally, we are acting as the thermostat until we get this replaced. So we can do that here by simply pulling one of these levers up and disconnecting it, or we can manually do it at the furnace, flipping it off when it's up to temperature and flipping it back on when we need more heat. Now, another good skill to have is quite often when there's a power outage, all of the generators are going to be sold out at all of the stores. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can power your furnace with a simple car battery. Hopefully this video helped you out. We appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on this next video. Later.